We take this opportunity to inform everyone here who is here around, be it the athletes, the spectators, that we do have more destinations to be visited. We believe we have more to offer to our guests. We have a beautiful beach at the shores of Lake Kivu. We have beautiful hills that can be used, that are used for hiking, including the hot spring of Nyamyumba at the Lake Kivu shores. In brief, we know that RUBAVU is known as a gateway to business and tourism. So we just take this opportunity to transform our guests, our athletes, our spectators also into investors. So you came for entertainment, you came for Ironman with a team, but we need these more than 232 players, athletes, to be also taking this opportunity of investing in Rwanda and specifically in RUBAVU, because we do have so many opportunities to be fructified. I'm happy to be receiving you this afternoon. You're welcome.
Thank you.
As it has been said, this is our second edition of IRONMAN70.3 Rwanda, and we are very happy than ever. So as you remember, last year was the first edition, and this chance of organizing the IRONMAN70.3 was given to RUBAVU as the city hosting it, and for its historical performance. And we believe this won't be the last agreement between Rwanda and the organizers. Today we are in the race week. We are heading to the D-Day. As you can see here around, I'm with all the organizing committee members. They have arrived safely in RUBAVU. They are enjoying the beauty of RUBAVU. So they have started the testing again. So once again, welcome back.
Thank you.
Rwanda is a country of 1,000 hills, and RUBAVU district is one of the districts having the most beautiful destinations, which are most loved by our tourists, our guests. So we believe we have more to offer to our guests. This is the reason why we have started even celebrating before the D-Day. If you look around, we have a beautiful beach at the shores of Lake Kivu. We have beautiful hills that can be used, that are used for hiking for many of our tourists and guests and local citizens. So we take this opportunity to also inform everyone here who is here around, be it the athletes, the spectators, that we do have more destinations to be visited, including the hot spring of Nyamyumba at the Lake Kivu shores. We have also got some natural resources that are being extracted from the Lake Kivu gas, and then this gas is producing for us the power, the energy that is used to the development of our economic activities, including the development of industrialization sector, transport, So we really have so many destinations to be visited. We will not forget also to talk about the borders, beautiful borders that are helping our people to exchange with our neighbors from the DRC, the Democratic Republic of Congo. And you also, in brief, we know that RUBAVU is known as a gateway to business and tourism. So this makes our district the most performing district in cross-border trade, including the busiest borders, the second worldwide.
Sure.
Where we do register more than 50,000 of movement of people crossing our borders. So we just take this opportunity to transform our guests, our athletes, our spectators also into investors. So you came for entertainment, you came for Ironman with a team, but we need these more than 232 players, athletes, to be also taking this opportunity of investing in Rwanda and specifically in RUBAVU, because we do have so many opportunities to be fructified. I think this is RUBAVU, and concerning the preparations, we are remaining with 4 days, 3 days actually, of preparation. So we are happy to let everyone here know that all the major preparations have been done. So we are heading to the Rio Day of celebration, where we believe that all the participants we have the pleasure to participate, and the rest from today, from tomorrow, it's just enjoying the weather of the RUBAVU district. We have organized different night galas in different corners in partnership with the private sector federation, and we'll be also attending some night galas organized by the cultural groups in Rwanda, especially for those who are coming from abroad, to make sure that they are turned into Rwandans. They are Rwandans. So you are welcome. Thank you so much, Mr. Wad.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Executive Mayor, and members of the press. From Ironman's perspective, it's always a pleasure to come back here. This is my 4th time back here to RUBAVU, and it is, every time I come here, it takes my breath away. And I think that this is one of the unique USPs that RUBAVU has, that the world needs to see. You've got so much to offer, and you know, we do events all over the world, and just in IRONMAN70.3 races, we have about over 145 races. We're the biggest insurance company in the world by far. And you know, if I look back at 2022, when we started here in RUBAVU, to win the highest satisfaction survey in the world for Ironman70.3 events, just got to tell you, Executive Mayor, it's a big ask, and RUBAVU and Ironman73 Rwanda picked that awards, and you know, accolades to Global Events Africa for picking up that global award. It's not these satisfaction surveys are conducted from post surveys that go back to each athlete post the race, and they tell them about all experiences that they've had here, from a race perspective, from staying, hospitality, in all aspects. And to win it #1 in the world in the first year is unbelievable. So we're expecting good things coming out for this weekend. I mean, we can see the international numbers have climbed dramatically from where they were last year, and I think this is going to bode well as we move bigger and bigger the event going forward. And it's really going to be a challenge, Mr. Mayor, in terms of things like accommodation, because when the numbers grow to what we expect it to grow, I think the whole of RUBAVU and the surrounding areas are going to be jam-packed. And I'm certainly one, I've been doing this for over 20 years. I have some of the biggest races in the Ironman circuit under my watch. And I can see all the signs that this race has got the ability to be one of the biggest ones, certainly on the African continent. And I'm really looking forward to the race, and I can only thank the Executive Mayor and his team for all the support that they give to Global Events Africa and to the Ironman team. And let's look forward to a fantastic race and celebrations on Saturday.
Thank you. Thank you for those remarks. Just to reiterate, Keith Ola is the regional director for Ironman. So it's not just Rwanda. It's quite, he'll give a bit more detail about that. But yes, I'll just dive straight into the questions, and Mayor, you'll allow me to start with the guest and then move on to the host.
Sure.
So yes, there's something that has been mentioned. Can you tell us more about the Ironman triathlon events? What makes the event so unique?
I think what makes Ironman events so different, okay, it's a combination of 3 disciplines: swim, bike, and a run. Okay, and you've got to do them straight after each other. So you swim 1.9 kilometers in this beautiful lake, in some places in the sea. Then it's a bike of 90 kilometers, and then it's a run of 21.1 kilometers. Okay. And what makes it so unique, the mantra of Ironman, is that anything is possible. And one thing I've witnessed last year, when I saw the amount of Rwandans that was taking part, and how they got podium places on the stage, this is testament that Rwanda is definitely growing in the triathlon market. I've witnessed them at other events, and I think we're going to see soon, hopefully, some Rwandans at the World Championships, and so yeah.
Thank you, Keith. You've actually mentioned the World Championship. So the Ironman Rwanda has 30 qualifying slots for the World Championship. What exposure will it give the Rwandan athletes?
Well, the exposure that the athletes are going to get is being able to compete with the best of the best in the world. Okay, and it's you only get 30 slots that are allocated to IRONMAN70.3 Rwanda, and it's based upon their age groups. So there's equal slots between male and female participants, and you have to win, you have to be there at the slot allocation to get your slot to go to the World Championships. And as we said, this year it's in Finland, and it's an experience to be able to race with the best athletes around the world, and for Rwandans to feel this tremendous energy of being part of it. And at the World Championships, you probably have close to 5,000 athletes taking place. So it's a massive field, and just to be part of it is a fantastic experience.
Thank you, Keith. I'll now address this question to our dear Mayor. In terms of impact, the Ironman, what kind of impact has it had on RUBAVU?
Thank you so much. For the impact, first of all, allow me to let you know that we have received 298 contestants who are going to participate this year. So they didn't come alone, they came with their families. So we believe that being as a host city, this will generate some revenues. So in terms of social aspects, we know that some of our families, our residents, we start getting these visitors as consumers. So this will have an economic impact to generate some financial resources. So I think hosting this tournament, this event, IRONMAN70.3, we boost our economic programs, activities. And as you know, when the private sector federation, where the economic actors are working, are generating, are earning money, are earning resources, so this will also keep boosting our district economy in terms of development, in terms of our vision. We believe this is another push of economic development to another level. This is not only for those running big businesses only, like hotels, big markets, but also this goes to the farmers. You see, as we can say, I can summarize that, Mr. Keith, you came in Rwanda, okay? Did you bring something to eat?
No, definitely not. It's got the best food here.
So, so you didn't come with something to eat. I know you don't have a room here.
Yeah.
Do you have?
In the hotel. Yeah, I'm staying here.
So we were in a hotel, a Rwandan hotel.
Yes.
Located in RUBAVU.
Yeah.
So I believe all these services that are being rendered to you, you will pay for it, or
I'll pay for
it's generous.
Yeah.
Yeah?
No, most of these are paid for.
So I think.
Even curios. I mean, I've just bought a whole lot of curios from.
So I think we have these attractions to offer to you and your teammates, or your colleagues, but also you have to pay for it, okay? And we need to enjoy together, and on the benefits of the entire humanity, specifically for my people. So I believe in Kinyarwanda there is a say, those who play well, they keep replaying.
Yes.
So I hope that by next year, when we'll be ending the first contract, I believe that there is an option of extension for the 2025, 6, 7 of this Ironman. And why not hosting the World Cup, World Championship? Why not? Is it possible?
It's possible.
Good. I think, Paul, I've tried to summarize to simplify what could be the answer to the farmers by selling their yields, so to the service, the hotel services, the transporters. Mr. Keith, we need to be to hire some vehicles, and the guides, even the guard. If he want to visit the border, I guess you will call the mayor. Okay?
Exactly.
But the mayor won't be paid. The citizen will have to be paid, the guide, the professionals,
Yeah.
but I will give you a service free of charge. The mayor is not paid. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. In terms of impact on the youth, the Ironman is last year was supported by over 300,000 volunteers who are youth based here in RUBAVU, and it's the same this year. What does that mean for youth engagement and their productivity as members of society?
Thank you so much, Mr. Paul. I think for the youth, there are a huge number of benefits. If you look at, first of all, this is like job creation, although it's for a short term of period, but when you are together, I think we start thinking ahead and being exposed to different partners who can be partnering with them for even for the next generations projects. I will talk too much on the capacity building. Till today, there is a need of building the capacity of our youth. Today we are having the race director, the deputy race director, the general, as you are saying, all these people who will have to be replaced, isn't it? Huh? So we must have a succession plan, isn't it? And this succession plan is based on the youth capacity building. So I think the way we used to be understanding Ironman before 2022, it's not the way we are understanding it today. And I believe for the next year, there are going to be much understanding on it. And from next year, maybe, the organizers, the Ironman team, the global events, are going to start hiring the youth to go and support in other countries. And I believe Rwanda won't be left behind, Rwandan youth. So believing that these 300 youth who has served last year, who are again reserving this year or the next year, so we should be able to get some of them who can travel abroad and share the experience to other countries. So I think the youth has so much to gain from this Ironman for their best, bright future.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Mayor. We'll now invite questions from the media. So if you have a question, just put up your hand, and then I'll pass on the mic. You're free to ask in Kinyarwanda if you prefer. Mayor, that free service you are going to provide, sure, as a translator, I will pause it. Okay. But if you have any questions, please. Let me start with the gentleman.
Thank you. My name is Freddy Rutirana. I'm the journalist from Rwanda Broadcasting Agency. I have two questions. First one is how many people will host or we expect to receive through this event of IRONMAN70.3? And second one, last time we have seen that the large number of people live in RUBAVU. The local people are not participated in large number. So would you please tell us why and what are you going to do to attract more? Because what I'm thinking is this event could be better when it has the community participation. Thank you very much.
Let's have all the questions come in. You just note the name and then.
Thank you so much. My name is Chris Rajan from Kinyarwanda.com. I would only would like to ask you about the rewards that are going to be given to those winners. The second one is about the chances that will be given to the sponsors of the Ironman this year. Thank you so much.
My voice is
can
too high. Thank you so much. My name is Sanzimana Jemme. I work for the New Times. I have almost 3 questions, 2 for the Ironman organizers and 1 for the district. 1, you mentioned that this edition is going to be the first in whole Africa. So what are the reasons behind, or how do you explain that clearly? My second question is about the changes. What are the new changes compared to last edition? So what were the challenges before that you are addressing today or by this coming edition? What were the challenges? What are the solutions today? So my third question is for the district. So the district recommends that you may even come. You keep coming. You keep bringing this event here, but my question is about how do the district benefit from this event, and what is the contribution of this Ironman event as a district? Thank you.
I do thank you. Eric Nachimana, I'm also RB sports journalist at Rwanda Broadcasting Agents. I have two merely questions. The first is regarding to Ironman organizers. I'd like to know we Rwandans we do like to compete and win.
Sure.
Regarding to first edition, how did we perform? Regarding today, with your experience, where you've been, wherever the world, what are our hinders, impediments, strength and weakness, so as maybe as the dreamers by tomorrow, next year will be the winners in all categories. That's the first. And the second, as Mayor of RUBAVU district, how far are we as RUBAVU? Of course, we are RUBAVU district, but we are really presenting of our lovely country. Our challenges we faced for first edition, how far are we for the second one? So as to help us just to get betterment so that we can even have full Ironman, because now we are having a half, but we do wish to have even full, more than 90 kilometers for bicycle, and maybe in the Kivu Lake for 1 kilometer, and the half marathon for 21 kilometers. Can have even beyond of that? How far are we in all aspects of life? Kindly, Oigat.
Thank you. Can we have those answered for now? Then we take more questions. So let's start with the mayor. Then.
Thank you so much. I think some of the questions were answered before, but we also come back on them. This year's edition will be participated by 298 athletes. So these are individual persons participating, but they came also with their families, relatives. So among them, 66 persons are Rwandans. So meaning that 232 athletes are coming from abroad. So this was raised, asked by Mr. Veterana. So hoping that you got the answer to this question. But I will ask Mr. Keith to come back on it, because you are having more details. Right now, I think the South African team is the largest, followed by the UK team.
Yeah, I think US, UK,
so US,
Netherlands.
UK, and Netherlands, and South Africa are the big teams that we are having today. So for you have asked also what is being done to attract so many people in terms of participation, in terms of sharing. I think so many activities have been done. We tried to engage the international media, the local media, to make sure that this Ironman under organization, under preparation in RUBAVU is well known by everyone. So let's wait for the D-Day. I do reserve for you some surprises in terms of participation. As you know, Rwandans are very, I can say they are fond of sports.
Sure.
So when it comes to Ironman, it's another kind of enjoyment for our citizens. So you won't be surprised if from the first meter to the last one, people are cheering our athletes, people are standing, and be alerted and informed that we are trying to partner with the private sector federation to make sure that at each mile there is something to eat, there is something to drink. So if you want to move around, you won't get bored, because you'll be serving yourself. So make sure that you are on the race course, so you will see how attractive this Ironman was organized. If you look around, the facilities that are going to be used, they are being renovated. Attractive, surely, were the first for the last year.
Yeah.
You also have to know that for the last year, we have been ranked the first for 3 main reasons that have to be kept, and they are well known for Rwanda. Number 1, we are the first country to be having good destinations, good attractions for the foreigners. Second reason, and these attractions are there, and we tried to develop them, and their natural status attracts so many tourists and participants. So hoping that this year these attractions also, we compete with other countries' attractions, hoping that we still be the first. Second, as you know, it's the security. So when we do have our foreigners, our visitors, our guests, like Mr. Keith tonight, I think you are feeling as if you are home.
Absolutely.
So there is no hoping that this security is one of the national brands that we do keep and cherish for ourselves and even for our guests. Last but not least, you also know that we are a vibrant city. The participation of our communities, it's the first of its uniqueness. I think if you look around, if you have the chance to see some movies from the past editions of Ironman, the RUBAVU one is very vibrant, is very human and talking for itself. So we hope that the participation of our communities will be the first once again, since we did it for our first time without having so much information on Ironman. So this one that now we well know what is Ironman, I do confirm that it's still possible to beat other countries. So for the challenges, maybe I can talk also to the challenges which we have to be working on as Rwandans, as local media. The first challenge is the accommodation. So the number of rooms is still insufficient for those who want to participate. So we need really to be working very hard to increase the number of rooms. But to this, because we need this Ironman to be a full Ironman, as it has been asked by one of our journalists, we are thinking that for the next year's edition, to not see only RUBAVU, but also connect RUBAVU to other cities like along the Lake Kivu, like Rutsiro, Rusizi, and Karongi, even Musanze, in order to be having a host city, but also be connected using decent facilities like modern floating hotels, decent bottles, and even in terms of using aviation, we can do it. So to make sure that